So the other day, I tweeted about how we should really stop using like shorthand terms like libtard and right winger and commie, Nazi, whatever the terms that people like to use in order to blame people for the ills of the world and society and systems. And really, because I find that these words are used often as crutches for not being specific as to what people really mean, and they're not being direct about the actual problems that they want to talk about. And as a result, they blame, groups of people for the ills of the world instead of really talking about the issues and being direct and specific and talking about what the problems are. So this is something that I really notice a lot. I mean, this is all very intranet specific, right? Which I think, and social media specific, which I think is the cause of a lot of these issues. But you're seeing this in real life as well. I see it sneaking into conversations quite a bit. And I think that if people kind of stood up to the challenge or took up the challenge, I think we would see some substantial differences, at least in the discourse. And I think what it starts with the discourse, and then I think it goes into actions a bit more. Because if we can get really specific with the problems that people want to address, maybe that would be a step towards actually addressing them. So when the problems are, whether they're cultural issues or they're issues of, say, immigration or healthcare or economy, I think the more specific you can get about what issues you're actually seeing, the more you're going to see some changes and the more you're going to be able to address it. But I think overall people tend to be very vague about these things. I think people have the sense that something isn't functioning or something is wrong, but it's almost like they don't know what it is even. I don't think overall, like, even if we talk about something like the economy, maybe they'll have a sense of like, okay, there aren't a lot of jobs, but they might not know, what sector, or there is inflation, but they might not understand where it's coming from. So I think in general, not only the idea of like not blaming what the problems are on just blanket statement groups, but also getting really specific about what these issues are, where they come from. I think that will actually go a long way, because that means that politicians will also have to be much more specific about addressing the specific concerns. Because if you notice in the campaigns, there tends to be this very slogan oriented approach. Oh, we're going to, make the economy great. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean, really? And I think a lot of times they're allowed to get away with these very vague, generalized statements. And I think we need to be asking for way more than that. And I think if we start doing that and we start getting very specific about what we want, what the problems we see are, we're going to see a ginormous shift. So I think that's something to think about, anyways. Let me know what your thoughts are. There's a comment section. Go ahead and use it. And I'm going to tell you this too. Feel free to subscribe, because I never do this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing this. Please subscribe and leave comments. Thank you for watching.